Jai Shivanarayan. Humble salutations to our Acharya and founder of VT Seva, His Holiness Sri Chinajaya Swamiji. And humble salutations to Ubhaya Vedanta scholar Sriman Rangaramanujacharya Swamiji. Now, we would like to introduce Sri Ubhaya Vedanta Samudrala Venkata Rangaramanujacharya Swami. Swami is a renowned Vedic scholar, Director of Research and Publications, Seva, Hyderabad. Sriman Rangaramanujacharya Swami was bestowed upon the title of Maha Mahopadhyaya by Rashtriya Sanskrit Vidyapita in Tirupati. This is the rarest of the rare honor. Swami has authored 12 books in Telugu and Sanskrit and edited more than 19 books on various Vedic concepts. He has been conferred with several awards, including Sri Bhashyam Appalacharya Award, Gopala Desika Puraskara, Shastra Ratnakara, and recently the President of India Award in Sanskrit. I humbly request Sriman Rangaramanuja Swami to bless us on this auspicious occasion. Respected ex-board members of JET California, Sriman Vishnu Reddy ji and JET USA Vice President Srimati Padmaja Vemula ji and JET USA Advisor Sriman Sridhar ji and local JET board members and volunteers. We welcome you all to the 10th anniversary of VT Seva Bay Area annual event.
स्वच्छोर्ध्वपुण्डविलसत्कमनीयभारं प्रज्ञासमञ्चितमृदुस्मितवक्त्रलीलं काषायदण्डपरिमण्डितभव्यकायं श्रीजीयराक्षेति शेखरमानतोऽस्मि श्रीरङ्गपतिं तुङ्गशेषपर्यङ्कशायिनं शनैरुन्निद्रनेत्राब्जप्रीणिताशेषचेतनम् अप्राकृते दिव्यधाम्नि श्रीमातृपरिसेवितं पुण्डरीकायतदृशं संशयेति विदीप्तये. जय శ్రీమన్నారాయణ. మీ అందరికీ హృదయపూర్వకమైనటువంటి శుభకామనలు. ఎక్కడి నుంచో బహుదూరం నుంచి వచ్చి ఇక్కడ ఉంటున్నా మీ తాలూకు మూలాలను మీరు మర్చిపోకుండా మీ జీవన విధానం సాగించడం సర్వథా అభినందనీయమైన విషయం. ఏం శాసించాలన్నా మనిషే శాసించగలడు. మిగతా వాటికి సాధించడానికి కావలసిన సాధన సంపత్తి లేదు, ఆ రకమైనటువంటి బుద్ధి వైభవం లేదు. మనకు భగవద్ రామానుజులు చెబుతారు, సర్వేషాం ప్రాణినాం సమానతయా బుద్ధిశక్తిం ప్రవృత్తిశక్తిం చ దదాతి. వేదార్థ సంగ్రహం అనే గ్రంథంలో చెప్తారు. ఇదే కాంటెక్స్ట్ మనకు శ్రీభాష్య గ్రంథంలో కూడా వస్తుంది. సర్వప్రాణులకు భగవంతుడు బుద్ధిశక్తి ప్రవృత్తి శక్తులను సమానంగా ఇచ్చాడు. ఏమండి ఎందుకండి ఈ డిఫరెన్షియేషను? వాడు తెలియగలవాడు, వీడికి తెలివి తక్కువవాడు, వాడేవో ఇంకో రకంగా ఉంటాడు, వీడు డబ్బు గలవాడు, డబ్బు లేనివాడు. ఎందుకు ఈ రకమైనటువంటి వైషమ్యం వచ్చిందని ప్రతివాడు ప్రశ్నించేస్తాడు. భగవంతుని దృష్టిలో అందరూ సమానమే కదా. అందరూ సమానమైనప్పుడు అందరినీ సమానంగానే పుట్టించాలి. అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? అందరినీ పొట్టిగానే పుట్టించాలి, లేదా పొడుగ్గానే పుట్టించాలి, ఎర్రగానే పుట్టించాలి, నల్లగానే పుట్టించాలి. అందరినీ ఐశ్వర్య సంపన్నులుగా ఆకాశానికి ఎగిరిపోయేట్టుగా పుట్టించేయాలి. ఏం పోయిందండి, కానీ సంకల్పం చేస్తే ఏమని చేయొచ్చు కదా. అంటే అలా జరగదు. ప్రారంభ దశలో మనకు ఒక పరిమితమైన స్వాతంత్ర్యం ఇచ్చాడు ఆయన చేసింది. అది మనం పొరపాటం లేం. కానీ పాపం ఆయన అన్నీ మనమే ఇచ్చేస్తే పిల్లవాడిని తండ్రి నడిపించుకు వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు వాడు మొత్తం ఆయనే నడిపిస్తే ఎలాగూ? 4 అడుగులు వేయించాలి, పడతాడు, లెట్ హిమ్ పడిని మళ్ళీ లేస్తాడు, వాడే దులుపుకొని నడుస్తాడు. అవసరమైనప్పుడు మనం సపోర్ట్ చేయాలి. అంతేగాని వాడిపై చివరిదాకా వాడి జీవితాంతం వచ్చి ఏ తండ్రి కొడుకుకి సహాయంగా ఉండడు. అలాగే భగవంతుడు కూడా అంతే. భగవంతుడు కూడా మనకు బుద్ధిశక్తి ప్రవృత్తి శక్తులను సర్వప్రాణులకు సమానంగా ఇచ్చి, నాయనా నువ్వు నడవటం ప్రారంభించవాయి అన్నారు. ఈ ప్రారంభించవాయి అన్నప్పుడు అదో పెద్ద చిక్కు, వేదాంతంలో పరిష్కరించడానికి వీలైనటువంటిది. ఎప్పుడు ప్రారంభించమన్నాడు? ఎప్పుడు? ఇది అనాది, జీవుడు అనాదియే, పరమాత్మ అనాదియే, ఈ ప్రకృతి అనాదియే. ఎప్పుడు వీడు నడక ప్రారంభించాడంటే మనం డేట్స్ వేసి ఫలానప్పుడు ప్రారంభం చేసినాడు అని మనం వీ కాంట్ డిటర్మిన్, మనం ఆ రకంగా నిర్ణయం చేసి చెప్పలేము. ఎప్పుడు జరిగిందో జరిగింది, కానీ మనము గుర్తించగలిగింది ఇప్పుడు మనం ఎలా నడవగలుగుతున్నాము అది మనకు తెలుసును కదా. మనం ఎలా నడుస్తున్నామో, సరిగా నడుస్తున్నావా, వంకరగా నడుస్తున్నావా, గోతుల్లో కాళ్ళు వేస్తున్నావా, మెట్టలు ఎక్కుతున్నావా, మనకై వీ కెన్ క్లియర్లీ విజువలైజ్ వాట్ ఎవర్ వీఆర్ డూయింగ్. తెలుసును కదా ఇప్పుడు మనకి. ఇప్పుడు మన బుద్ధిని మనం ప్రసరింపచేస్తూ, ఒకవేళ సరైన మార్గంలో పూర్వజన్మ సంస్కారాన్ని బట్టి వెళతాము, లేకపోతే మన బుద్ధిని దిద్దుబాటు చేయడానికి కావాల్సిన శాస్త్రములు ఇచ్చాయి. తస్మాత్ శాస్త్రం ప్రమాణంతే కార్య వినిశ్చయే. ఇది చేయవచ్చును, ఇది చెయ్యరాదు అని నిర్ణయం చేయడానికి నీ బుద్ధితోటే నువ్వు శ్రమపడి నిర్ణయించక్కర్లా. శాస్త్రం మీద డిపెండ్ అయ్యి ఉంటే శాస్త్రమే ఇది చెయ్యమని చెప్తే అది చెయ్యి, వద్దంటే చెయ్యాదన చెయ్యం అంటుంది. ఏది చేయొద్దన్నారో చెయ్యం. తీ కురళై సెన్రోదం. వెళ్ళి పని కట్టుకుని వాళ్ళ ఇంట్లోకి వీడింటికి వెళ్ళి వాళ్ళ చెవుల్లోని వీడి చేత పిన్ని గారికి అత్తయ్య గారికి అక్కర్లేని ఓదం, ఇటువంటి చేయకూడదు. ఇది మనం చాలా జాగ్రత్తగా మనం గుర్తించవలసి ఉంటుంది. మనకు శాస్త్రం ఒకటి ఉంది, శాస్త్రం ప్రమాణంగా తీసుకుని శాస్త్రం చెప్పిన ప్రకారంగా శాస్త్రం చెబుతుంది, నాయన ఇలా చేస్తే ఇలా నీకు ప్రయోజనం, ఇలా చేసావో నీకు నష్టం వస్తుందని చెబుతుంది. అది తెలుసుకుని, మరి శాస్త్రం మాకు అర్థం కాదండి, మేము శాస్త్రం చదువుకోలేము, మా అంతటి మేము పర్సూ చేయలేము అంటే శాస్త్రం చదువుకున్న ఆచార్యులు ఉంటారు కదా, వారి దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళండి. ఆచార్య సహాయం చేత శాస్త్ర తత్వాన్ని ఎరిగి ప్రవర్తించడం నేర్చుకోండి. వారికి వారాచార్యులు ఉంటారు, వారికి ఆచార్య. ఆ భగవత్త అని భగవంతుడే పరమాచార్యుడు. ఆయన వరకు మనకి పరంపర, ఆచార్య పరంపర ఉంటూనే ఉంటుంది. అటువంటి ఆచార్యులని గురువులేక ఎటువంటి గుణికి తెలియకపోదు అని త్యాగస్వామి వారు చెబుతారు. ఆచార్యుడు గురువు కనుక లేకపోతే ఎవరికి తెలియదు. అందువల్ల గురువుని ఆశ్రయించాలి. తద్గురుమేవాభిగచ్చేత్ సమిత్పాణి శ్రోత్రియం బ్రహ్మనిష్టం. సమిత్పాణి దానికి అర్థాలు వేరే చెబుతుంటారు అనుకోండి. సమిత్పాణి అంటే పాపం వెనకటి రోజుల్లో అడవుల్లో పాపం నిత్య అగ్నిహోత్రం చేస్తుండేవాడు గురువులు. చేస్తుంటే వర్షాలు వస్తే సమిధలు దొరకవు, పుల్లలు దొరకవు, మామిడి పుల్లలు, రావి పుల్లలు, ఇంకో పుల్ల, రకరకాల జమ్మి పుల్లలు దొరకపోతే వారికి అగ్నిహోత్రం ప్రతిబద్ధం అవుతుంది. అందుకని గురువు దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు ఏం చేసేవాళ్ళు, ఎండిపోయినటువంటి జమ్మి పుల్లలు, మామిడి పుల్ల, ఆ పుల్లల్ని వెరికి సమిధలన్నీ పుచ్చుకొని, స్వామి మేము డబ్బు ఇవ్వలేము, కానీ మీ నిత్యాగ్నిహోత్ర ప్రక్రియకు కావలసిన సహకారం మేము ఈ విధంగా చేస్తాము అని, అవేం దాని మీద పెట్టుబడి అక్కర్లేదు, అడవిలోంచి వస్తూ తీసుకొచ్చి ఇవ్వవలేను. తర్వాత మనకు అర్థం సమ్యక్ ఇతవు ప్రాప్తవు పాణి అంటూ రెండు చేతులు దండం పెట్టి శ్రోత్రియుడు బ్రహ్మనిష్ఠుడైనటువంటి ఆచార్యుడి దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళాలి. అది రెండవ ప్రక్రియ. అంటే వారికి కావలసిన అవసరము తీర్చి మనం వెళ్ళాలి. వారి దగ్గర ప్రహ్వభావంతో వెళ్ళాలి. ఆచార్యుల దగ్గరకు వెళ్ళినప్పుడు వారి యందు పరిపూర్ణ విశ్వాసం ఉండాలి. గురువుగారు చెప్పిన తర్వాత చెప్పారండి, వారు చెప్పేది వారి బాధ్యత వారు నిర్వహించారు, మేము చేసే మా బాధ్యత మేము చేస్తాం అనకూడదు. ఓ పడవలో మనం ప్రయాణం చేసి వెళుతున్నామంటే ఈ పడవ అవతలగా దాటిస్తుందని నమ్మకంతో ఎక్కాలి. ముంచుతుందేమో మధ్యలో అంటే తప్పకుండానే ముంచేస్తుంది. అందువల్ల విశ్వాసపురస్సరంగా ఆచార్యుడిని మనం ఆశ్రయించాలి. ఆశ్రయించి ఆచార్య ముఖంగా తత్వమును తెలుసుకొని మనం ఎక్కడున్నా, హిమాలయాల్లో ఉన్నా, ధ్రువ ప్రాంతాల్లో ఉన్నా, ఎక్కడున్నా సరే మన సంస్కృతి, మన సంప్రదాయాలు, మన దేశం, మనం పుట్టినటువంటి మూలము, మన తల్లి, మన తండ్రి, వీటిని మర్చిపోకుండా మన జీవనాన్ని సాగించవలసి ఉంటుంది. జై శ్రీమన్నారాయణ.
One big round of applause once again, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm Archana Bindu, the branch director of VT Seva. We are gathered here to celebrate the accomplishments and achievements of our local chapter through a series of cultural programs, stories about our youth leaders representing the Bay Area Local Board. Have you ever wondered how our actions with selfless service impacts children who are underprivileged and deprived of basic needs of living? Well, you will get to know all the details from our dynamic youth volunteers of our chapter through their stories that they have experienced. We are excited and honored to felicitate our beneficiaries who graciously agreed to take part in our celebrations today. It has been heartwarming to see how they share the same vision and mission of VT Seva to educate underprivileged, low-income families across Santa Clara County. Now, a little bit about our youth leadership program. In VT Seva, we believe in teaching ownership, accountability, and camaraderie in our youth, and strongly believe that our youth are the future leaders of our society. We have 4 speakers from our youth board today sharing their experiences about leadership, fundraising, summer internship, and service that will melt your hearts away. And another important aspect of this program today is please hold your breath for a mesmerizing, enchanting, and insightful topic about Vedic techniques of stress management by Sri Swamiji. Now, we would like to introduce our cultural art director, Bhuvana Venkatesh ji, whose school will perform several cultural programs in the next few minutes. And we please welcome Bhuvana Venkatesh ji.
My humble pranams to His Holiness Shri Chinnajaya Swamiji and His Holiness Shri Ranga Ramanuja. And thank you, Archana Bindu, for inviting me and my students for this honorable event in the presence of Swamijis. I greatly appreciate VT Seva for doing such a great service, and my dance school's name itself is offering whatever dance to the divine Nritya Nivedan School of Dance. So I consider this as a Natya Seva for Swamiji and all of you today. So we will be beginning with the first dance on Lord Krishna, Kalinganardanam. It is a dance visualization of the wonderful chivalrous act of Lord Krishna quelling the deadly serpent Kalinga and dancing with his tender lotus-like foot on the hoods of the serpent Kalinga. In the 16th chapter, 10th canto of the Bhagavatam, Lord Krishna is described as Akhila Kala Adi Guru, the original master of all arts. The choreography begins with little Krishna playing ball with his friends along the banks of river Yamuna, and Krishna enters the waters of Yamuna to encounter the great serpent Kalinga. The 5-hooded serpent is shown to be equally powerful, but Lord Krishna, in his ever blissful state, tackles the serpent's tantrums at ease. He even dances merrily when the serpent coils around him. And finally, in the line Mandas, he catches hold of the serpent's tail, and thus Krishna quells the serpent's ego and arrogance. At the end, Lord Krishna displays his versatile artistic skills by gracefully dancing on Kalinga to the entire Vrindavan. A great composition by Saint Utukada Venkata Subayar. This will be presented by my daughter and disciple Harshita Venkatesh. Thank you.
Tam dim ta janna tam dim ta janna tam dim ta janna tam dim ta janna తగతచ్చం తగదిగతచ్చం తాం తానితతచ్చం తగతచ్చం తగదిగతచ్చం తాం తానితతచ్చం తగతచ్చం తగదిగతచ్చం తాం తానితతచ్చం తగతచ్చం తగదిగుతచ్చం తాం తానితతచ్చం తగతచ్చం తగదిగుతచ్చం తాం మనోహర జాల విభూషణ నిరత జలంతన భుజంగ నర్త నీరజ తడాక గదిగ మృదుల పద నికట తరంగ తుంగ తాటంగ నిర్తగ నిర్తగ తాం తగతై తగ తది పితయత తగ తాకిట తగ జగ జగ జగనందం తగ జగ తగ జగ జగ జగనందం యమునా తడాక తుంగ తరంగం హిమకర స్మితరమిత శుభాంగం ఇతస్తతస్తర కరుణాభాగం యది వర హృదయ సరోరుహ బృంగం తిరగదిల్లాన 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 జగుతగిట తిల్లాన కనక సింధూర కనక శృంగార కదన గంభీర ఉరకపణ సంచార నందసు కుమార నవనీత గది చోర చింత మణిహార జలపవతి ముద తీరది తదాం తదీం తదా తదై తీం తత్తాం తదీం తత్తాం తదై తదీం తదాం తదీం తదాం తదై తిమి తది పితకిట చను తజ్జం తగజం తగణం తగుర్రం తచ్చం తగజం తగణం తగుర్రం అర్పుద నర్తన చిత్రిత ముద్రిత విద్యత ముద్భవం అద్భుతమద్భుత తాకుచనందరి తతకుచనందరి చనందరి తది పితకిట విధిసుత కాల విధిసుత శీల గతిశయనీల కృత పదలోల తాకుచనందరి తతకుచనందరి నందరి తది పితకిట దిమిత కిట దిమితాక దిమిత కిట దిమితాక దిమిత కిట దిమితా తదా తత్తో తత్తై కిడదరిగిడతో తరి కిట తాకు జనందరి తతకు జనందరి తా జనందరి తతి పిత కిట జను తతి పితితయ్య తరిగిడ తగతాతజం అతిశయ సుఖ మృదు పతకర పాతజం దిన్న తగ దిన్నం తగ తగ తాతై తాంగ తాతై తా రిగు తగ తగ దిన్న తాంగ తాతై తా తాతై తా కదంబ కిశలయ విళిత నూపుర పదంజలిత కృత పాదత్తాం తిల్లాన దృగ తిల్లాన దృగ దృగ తిల్లా నాకిట తోం కతన్నం తోం తదై తోం తదై తాకిట తరికిట తాం తదీం తతోం తదై తగజోరద బందల పుదంగ శిరశీచలనం చలనం నృతనం నిదనం కృదనం ఇత చంద్రవనం కర కంకణ కించిత నంగనన అదరదరద దిమి దిమి జను జనుదా తదా తతిల్లా నగ నగ భూషణ తకిట తగస్తఠాయ బుధకర మందస్ కర కర పూజిత పదయుగళ హరి జగపి జగీ పవనంద కుమార వ్రజ జన పరమానంద కిశోర కాళీయ నటనానంద గంభీర కరుణా రసయుధ భావ శరీర మద పదకర మధు పదగణ సమనయన కమల దళ చలన ముని హృదయమపి చోర జాగరా దయాగరా మురారి శ్రీకర మద మధుకర మధు పదగణ సమనయన కమల దళ చలన ముని హృదయమపి చోర జాగరా దయాగరా మురారి శ్రీకర.
The next item, a dance piece that is presented here, is welcoming all our favorite Ishta Devata, Swagatam Krishna. A beautiful song on welcoming the enchanting Lord Krishna. I surrender to you, O Lord Krishna, the one who resides in the city of Mathura and the charming faced one, who wears the Kasturi Tilakam on his forehead, who is the Gopika's delight, the killer of the demon Mushtika and Shanura, the one who danced on Kalinga to protect the people of Gokulam and savior of the entire universe. This song is in Ragam Mohanam, Talam Adi, composed by Utukada Venkata Subbayar. And the dance will be presented by my dear students, Nandita Venkatesh, Navya Singh, Manasvi Mahesh, Lavanya Girish, and Vishaka Anand.
स्वागतं कृष्ण स्वागतं कृष्ण कृष्ण स्वागतं कृष्ण शरणागतं कृष्ण इह स्वागतं कृष्ण शरणागतं कृष्ण स्वागतं कृष्ण शरणागतं कृष्ण मधुरापुरी सदन मृदुवदन मधुसूदन इह स्वागतं कृष्ण शरणागतं कृष्ण मधुरापुरी सदन मृदुवदन मधुसूदन इह स्वागतं कृष्ण शरणागतं कृष्ण मधुरापुरी सदना मृदुवदना मधुसूदन इह स्वागतं कृष्ण शरणागतं कृष्ण मधुरापुरी सदना मृदुवदना मधुसूदन इह स्वागतं कृष्ण कृष्ण भोगधाप्त सुलभ सुपुष्पगन्धकलभ भोगदाप्त सुलभ सुपुष्पगन्धकलभ भोगधाप्त सुलभ सुपुष्पगन्धकलभ भोगधाप्त सुलभ सुपुष्पगन्धकलभ कस्तूरी तिलक महिपा मम कांत नंद गोपकंत स्वागतं कृष्ण भोगधाप्त सुलभ सुपुष्पगन्धकलभ कस्तूरी तिलक महिपा मम कांत नंद गोपकंत स्वागतं कृष्ण शरणागतं कृष्ण स्वागतं कृष्ण 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 मुष्टिकासुर चाणूर मल्ल मल्ल विशारद मधुसूदन मुष्टिकासुर चाणूर मल्ल मल्ल विशारद मधुसूदन मुष्टिकासुर चाणूर मल्ल मल्ल विशारद कुवलय पीठ मर्दन कालिंग नर्तन गोकुल रक्षण सकल सुलक्षण देव मर्दन कालिंग नर्तन गोकुल रक्षण सकल सुलक्षण देव शिष्ट जनपाल संकल्प कल्प कल्प शतकोटि असम पराभव शिष्ट जनपाल संकल्प कल्प कल्प शतकोटि असम पराभव धीर मुनि जन विहार मदन सुकुमार दैत्य संहार देव धीर मुनि जन विहार मदन सुकुमार दैत्य संहार देव मधुर मधुर हृदि सारस సాహస వ్రజ యువతీ జనమానస పూజిత మధుర మధుర రది సాగస సాహస వ్రజ యువతీ జనమానస పూజిత సా దప గరి పగరి సదస సరిగ పద స దప గరి పగరి సదస సరి రి గ పద స స దప ప గరి రి పగరి సదస సరిగ రి గ ప గ పద స దప గరి పగరి సదస తత్తిత్తగజనదం తిత్తగజనదం తగజనదం స దప గరి పగరి సదస తత్తిత్తగజనదం తిత్తగజనదం తగజనదం స దప గరి పగరి సదస తగదరి కుకుందణ కిడ తగధీం తగదరి కుకుందణ గిడ 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 తగధీం స్వాగతం కృష్ణ శరణాగతం కృష్ణ ఇహ స్వాగతం కృష్ణ శరణాగతం కృష్ణ మధురాపురి సదనా మృదువదనా మధుసూదన ఇహ స్వాగతం కృష్ణ శరణాగతం కృష్ణ స్వాగతం కృష్ణ హరే కృష్ణ హరే
The next dance is on Lord Rama. It's the famous popular Ram Bhajan, Sri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana. This is in praise of the great and valorous Lord Rama, on whose benediction the worldly suffering, fear, and poverty is removed. It also glorifies the characteristics of Lord Rama, whose beauty exceeds innumerable cupids and who has lotus-like eyes. He emerges victorious in the battles with the demons. Short anecdotes of Lord Rama's breaking the bow and marrying Sita, killing the 10-headed Ravana and Ramar Pattabhishekam in the in-between sequences of instrumental notes is portrayed in this dance. This bhajan is written in 16th century by Goswami Tulsidas in a mix of Sanskrit, Yamuna Kalyani, Talam Mishra Chapu, composition of Saint Tulsidas, and it is choreographed by my guru, Srimati Prabha Nagarajan. The dancers who will be presenting this beautiful bhajan are Harshita Venkatesh, Nandita Venkatesh, and Navya Singh. Thank you.
रघुनन्दनानन्द कन्द कोसल चन्द दशरथ नन्दनं भज दीन बन्धु दिनेश दानव दैत्य वंश निकन्दनं रघुनन्दनानन्द कन्द कोसल चन्द दशरथ नन्दनं श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भयदारुणं श्रीराम श्रीराम श्रीमुकुट कुण्डल तिलक चारु उदार अंग विभूषणम् आजानुभुज शरचापधर सङ्ग्रामचित करदूषणम् शिरमुकुट कुण्डल तिलक चारु उदार अंग विभूषणम् आजानुभुज शरचापधर सङ्ग्रामचित करदूषणं श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भयदारुणं श्रीराम श्रीराम इति वदति तुलसीदास शङ्कर शेष मुनि मनरञ्जनं मम हृदय कञ्ज निवास गुरु कामादि खलदलगञ्जनम् इति वदति तुलसीदास शङ्कर शेष मुनि मनरञ्जनं मम हृदय कञ्ज निवास गुरु कामादि खलदलगञ्जनं श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भयदारुणं नवकञ्जलोचन कञ्जमुख कर कञ्ज पद कञ्जारुणं श्रीराम श्रीराम
Madhurashtakam, the very popular Adharam Madhuram song. This song is specially choreographed for presenting it for the first time on request of Archana and for His Holiness. I'm doing this for the first time, so I'm very blessed to do this and enjoyed doing it for all of you. So this is the popular song sung by the singer Shreya Ghoshal. So Madhurashtakam is a popular devotional song composed by Shripad Vallabhacharya, an Indian philosopher who propounded the Shuddha Advaita philosophy. Composed in 8 stanzas, the meaning of Madhurashtakam clearly explains the appearance, qualities, symbols, and motives related to the life of Lord Krishna, saying that everything related to Lord Krishna is sweet, and he is the Lord of sweetness. The Madhurashtakam lyrics are composed in a very simple way by Sri Vallabhacharya, such that everyone can easily understand the divine aspects, at the same time helping the devotee to imagine and experience the divine bliss of Lord Krishna. His lips are sweet and his face is sweet and charming. His eyes are sweet and the soulful smile is sweet. His heart is sweet and his gait is sweet. Everything about the Lord of Madura is so sweet. His cowherd boyfriends are sweet and his cows are sweet. His herding staff is sweet and his creation is sweet. His trampling is sweet and his accomplishments are sweet. Everything about the Lord of Madura is so sweet. It has a beautiful ending. Man mein hari, tan mein hari, pal pal mein hari, jeevan mein hari. In my heart, in my body, in every atom in my soul is this Lord Krishna. Let us all merge one with the sweetness of Lord Krishna in this song by transporting all to the real Mathura, Lord Krishna's abode, by these dancers, Harshita, Nandita, Navya, Manasvi, Lavanya, and Vishaka. Thank you.
A big, big round of applause, everyone. Like Bhuvanaji said, this is her first time choreographing this for His Holiness. Please bless all the kids, Swamiji. So they have worked really, really hard. All of them are high school seniors, college goers, but they definitely, for VT Seva, they did this for us. So, Mangala Sastram, Swamiji. Thank you so much. And we'll continue on to the next program. So that was mesmerizing, wasn't it? Thank you, thank you. And now we are taking a different facet of service activities. I was talking about youth leadership program for VT Seva, and we have a youth president standing next to me, Anya Gadkari. Please give her a warm welcome. She's going to tell her story in her own way, but I would like to say a few words in my own way. Initially, when I met her, she only came to us to do VT Seva activities because her mom told her to do so. Every kid does that. But now she's grown into a beautiful young lady, and what we are expecting to talk about VT Seva, you'll definitely be thrilled. Sometimes we call her atom bomb, a little one, yes. So let's give it up for her, and I will not take too much of her time. Thank you.
Jai Shri Mannarayana all. Humble salutations to Sri Swamiji, and humble salutations to Sriman Ranga Ramanuja Swamiji as well. None of this would be possible without your love and guidance. Thank you. Now, I would like to tell everyone a story, one that begins rather innocuously with a 10-year-old girl and a warm burrito. 7 years ago, my mom drove me to a huge house with my best friend in the back seat. I remember staring up at intimidating cedar doors and wanting to turn tail and run. I didn't really understand why I was there. My mom had tried to explain it to me in the back seat. She said that we were going to be making burritos to donate to a local homeless shelter. But honestly, as a 10-year-old, I didn't really understand what that meant. All I knew was that I was about to be abandoned for an hour with a bunch of kids who I did not know. As you can imagine, I was terrified. And yet, one thing kept me going. One thing kept my hand on that doorknob, and that was the promise of a warm burrito once the event was finished. My mom had reassured me that once we were done making burritos, we would get to make one for ourselves, and I stuck with it. But sour cream and salsa, while it was amazing, was just my motivation back then. We all know that VT Seva is so much more than that. How many of you remember the disastrous earthquake that struck Nepal in about 2015? Well, it left families struggling. Victims were starving. And seeing their plight, our VT Seva branch decided that we were going to try and raise funds to help the victims. For me, it meant getting involved in a project way bigger than anything I had ever known before. So there we were, standing at the event day. I was in a neon green t-shirt, and I was going up to people, and I failed. I failed over and over again. Nobody wanted to talk to me. Nobody wanted to hear about my story. Nobody wanted to visit my booth or donate. I was despondent. I felt like giving up. But then I saw something pretty amazing. The adult volunteers that were with us at the time were going around and they were encouraging us. They were telling us that they knew it was hard, that they knew we were struggling, but that we had to keep going in order to help out the victims. And you know what? They were right. we kept going and we persevered. And by the end of the event, we had raised over $2,000 for the victims of the Nepal earthquake. It was a startling achievement for my younger self, and I was inspired. The women that were with us that day were Rukmini Auntie, Archana Auntie, and Menaka Auntie, who many of you may be familiar with. These strong ladies have been such a huge inspiration to me. In fact, the entirety of the VT Seva Bay Area board is. Think about this for a second. Our whole board is run entirely by a team of women. These ladies, thank you. Yeah, give these ladies an applause. These ladies work day in and day out, and they rally themselves for every single event. Their passion is what keeps VT Seva running, and they continue to dedicate themselves to volunteering on top of their full-time jobs. They set brilliant examples for us all. And seeing them, I wanted to make the same impact on the world. So I worked hard. I attended every volunteer event I possibly could. I volunteered myself for leadership positions. I went to the walkathon. I went to Raga. And now, after 7 years of hard work, I stand before you today as the youth board president of VT Seva. And I'm gonna admit to you, I think I'm talking a little loud and I'm definitely very nervous, but through all of that, I speak to you undoubtedly as a leader. And that is what is so captivating about VT Seva Bay Area. It has given girls like me a chance to rise above any societally created glass ceiling. It has taught me so many lessons. I've learned how to communicate effectively, how to talk to people, how to persevere in the face of challenges, and how to push for participation for any volunteers. But I think the most important lesson of all is the true meaning of community service. As many of you know, we sponsor children in India through the Netra Vidyalaya School for the Visually Challenged, as well as in tribal schools. VT Seva has given these kids an opportunity to lead an independent lifestyle through the power of education. Specifically, it has given girls and women the chance to rise up and thrive in high positions. Take, for example, 3 girls who have recently been selected from Netra Vidyalaya for India's first international T20 cricket championship. Their names are Satyavati, Sandhya, and Ravani, and they are amazing. Furthermore, take Kilaka Lalita, who has been able to walk away with 2 medals from a recent national games. These kids have been able to bring home prestigious awards in sports, chess, music, and so much more. And it is all thanks to your support. VT Seva relies on donations from the people like you to give these kids the opportunities they need to thrive. It is our responsibility to come together as a community and support those who come after us. So let us all come together and help everyone else rise. To everyone out there, especially my women and girls who are looking at opportunities, wondering whether they should go after it, I'm here to tell you that you can, and you should. And to all the youth out there who are wondering, what are the next steps? I encourage you all to take a look at your community and see what you can do to give back. I want everyone out here who are facing their own cedar doors to continue to keep your hand on that doorknob and open it for your own burrito. Thank you all so much. And now, I would like to hand off the mic to the co-vice president of VT Seva, Parth Ganga.
Jai Shri Manarayana all. Greetings and salutations to our founder and CEO, Sri Chinna G.R. Swamiji. Greetings and salutations to Sriman Ranga Ramanuja Swamiji. Thank you for blessing us with your presence today, and we truly appreciate all of your support. Passion, perseverance, determination. These are the 3 words that symbolize the students of the Netra Vidyalaya schools and the students located in the barren lands of Alampalli and Birzai Bait. These students have worked so hard to become the well-accomplished individuals that they are today, and they truly inspire each and every one of us. That's why, as an organization, we should do the best that we can to reward them and return the favor in every possible way. The first experience which ignited the drive in me to be helpful for these students occurred around 3 to 4 years ago. VT Seva was hosting a webinar where students across the Netra Vidyalaya schools would talk about their experiences and the obstacles they faced. Being an athlete, my eyes lit up when I heard about them winning one of the most prestigious cricket tournaments. It blew my mind to see how they did all of this while being visually challenged. One of the main lessons I took away from this day was that no matter what, no matter the obstacles you face, no matter the situation that you're in, if you set your mind on achieving a goal, you can always accomplish it. And that is the same lesson I carry with me today as one of the youth leaders of this organization. Every part of success comes with some obstacles and challenges that requires us to be creative or innovative to overcome. And we were faced with one such challenge in the March of 2020. The deadly COVID-19 pandemic shut down the world. All activities at VT Seva were paused. There were no more ways that the community could come together and be one whole. And what did we do? We stood together and we stayed as a community, and we created an initiative known as STEM lesson plans. We gathered youth volunteers across the VT Seva Bay Area who created these lesson plans, which were sent back to these schools in India. This initiative was a great success as we received the approval of many of these schools. Even though the world was closed down, our hearts remained open and we continued to provide service for those in need. Personally, I was put into a group where we made lesson plans specifically on technology. One of the main lesson plans we created was on medicinal technology, and this was just one of the examples we covered on the vast concepts we made as a team. Now, let me focus on the fundraisers we created during COVID. This is one of the times where the youth volunteers came together and their creativeness and innovativeness was sparked. Ideas came flying in from everywhere, such as a game night, a readathon, a cooking workshop, and even Python and math classes. Personally, this was the first time I took up a leadership role as a member of the VT Seva organization as I led the readathon fundraiser. Once this idea came into my mind, I took it and ran with it. I gathered a group of volunteers who were willing to help me market this fundraiser, and we were very successful in the end. We raised approximately $1,000, which all went part to the Feed a Student initiative. This initiative not only taught me, but students like me, the true meaning of having a meal on the plate every single night. Many of us have been guilty of being a picky eater, or people who don't finish the meals on our plate at all. So, what we didn't realize is that there are so many people in countries across the world who don't have the resources, or the comfort, or the privileges of at least having one meal a day. More specifically, malnutrition is one of the largest causes of death in children back in the remote parts of India. It hurts my heart to see that these children don't have the resources or the comfort they need to succeed. Think about us. We have all the resources we need to succeed, but at times we still tend to struggle. Now think about these students. They have shortage of resources in the first place. Think about the struggles they have to go through. Think about the magnitude of obstacles they have to overcome. Think about the effort they have to put in to do all this. So everyone here, raise your hand if you're willing to do what it takes to help these children overcome their obstacles and mitigate any of these crises. Thank you. Now back to the fundraisers. In a matter of 2 or 3 months, in one summer, a group of 20 volunteers raised enough money, specifically $8,000, to feed 22 innocent children. Now think about that. If that becomes a collective effort, if each and every one of you sitting here today thinks about these children and donates to this cause, think about the significant amount of lives we can make better. Think about the significant amount of funds we can raise. So that's why on behalf of this organization, I truly urge each and every one of you to take account the struggles that these children face and donate any amount of money. It is truly appreciated as it not only helps these children, but it also helps us accomplish our goal and help these students to continue to prosper and thrive and soar to great heights. Thank you. Now I'll be handing off the mic to one of my co-vice presidents, Sri Teja.
Jai Shri Narayana Swamiji. Humble salutations to Sriman Ranga Ramanuja Swamiji. Hello everyone, my name is Sri Teja. Swamiji says that we should always share our good experiences with like-minded people. So today, I want to share with you 2 stories that touched me deeply. Okay, let's start with the first one. 3 years ago in 8th grade, I organized a fundraiser as part of my VT Seva activity. I set out to raise funds for 20 laptops for the tribal school in Allampalli. It was a daunting task to my 8th grade self, but with Acharya's grace and my community's support, I raised these funds and donated to the cause. Thank you. Now, fast forward to last summer. Thanks to VT Seva's summer internship, I found myself in the same Allampalli tribal school, in the middle of a deep jungle dotted by tribal villages. While I was there on one sunny morning, I stepped into the robotics lab to teach the robotics class, along with 2 other interns. It's a neat little lab. 20 laptops line 3 sides of the room, buzzing with life. Then the teacher walked in and told me that those were the laptops I fundraised for 3 years ago. A surge of emotions overwhelmed me. I was so happy to witness my VT Seva activity making a positive impact. But what happened next brought even more joy to my heart. A 9th grade student named Siddharth told me that he had seen a computer only in the movies before these laptops had arrived at the school. As we proceeded to teach programming, his fingers were gently tapping across the keyboard. You know, he was a little unfamiliar with things. But as we proceeded to teach him, then he eventually started coding with confidence. That, my friends, was a sight that vividly encapsulated the impact of VT Seva, the transformative power of education. Swamiji says we experience unspeakable joy when we become instrumental in improving others' lives by giving them the hope to realize their dreams. I felt that joy. But I also felt a renewed commitment to do more and to serve more. Just think about it. Witnessing Siddharth complete his coding assignment was not just proof of his potential, but also a reminder of the immense untapped potential of countless tribal children just waiting for an opportunity. We can directly support these students through VT Seva. Now on to the next story. As part of the same VT Seva internship, I got a chance to spend a lot of time at Seva Vidyalaya, the school for the visually challenged in Shamshabad. While there, I learned about this remarkable young woman. Let me tell you her story. Once upon a time, in a small village in India, a girl was born to a poor family. She was named Ganga after the sacred and life-giving river. But she was born in a world of darkness, for Ganga was blind. Her father was disabled and jobless, and her mother is a daily wage laborer, working tirelessly to put food on the table. Life was tough. Throughout her childhood, Ganga was showered by pity by some people and even ridiculed by other people. She was written off as useless. Yet, with much difficulty, Ganga completed 10th grade in her village high school. Yeah. But after that, she hit a wall. There was no colleges nearby and no money to support further studies. So then what did she do? Then she found Seva Vidyalaya. Seva Vidyalaya was more than just a college for Ganga. It gave her a new life. It was a sanctuary for students like Ganga. There she learned English. She learned how to operate technology that allowed her to study and take tests. She conquered heights that once seemed impossible. She blossomed into a proud graduate with a bachelor's degree, and recently, Ganga has embarked on a promising teaching career and has become the river of knowledge and hope that she was named after. Ladies and gentlemen, Ganga's story is about just one blossom in the garden of life at Seva Vidyalaya. There are countless other such stories, each representing courage and triumph over adversity. These narratives of hope are made possible by one organization that believes in the power of education, VT Seva. That's right. Both the Allampalli Tribal School and Netra Vidyalaya are operated completely by VT Seva donations. Our Swamiji founded VT Seva with the philosophy that every child deserves a life of equal opportunities. Swamiji's mission is to empower underprivileged children like Ganga and Siddharth, providing them with the resources they need to carve their own paths. But to continue this mission, VT Seva needs all of us. Let's not just be spectators to these stories of triumph. Let's become a part of their victory by contributing to VT Seva. Each contribution, big or small, can light up a life. What we spend for one Starbucks coffee can become a catalyst for these students' growth. It can provide textbooks, braille writers, assistive technology, and so much more. It can make the world of a difference to many students, just like Ganga and Siddharth. Remember, it's not just a donation. You are making an investment in a world where every Ganga can rise, every Siddharth can become a computer scientist. Let's join hands with VT Seva. Let's make sure every child reaches for the stars, regardless of their circumstances. Thank you. Jai Shrimanayan. Now, we'll play a short 2-minute video on the tribal school's aspirations and what they want to be when they grow up. So if we can play that, that would be great. Rajesh Uncle, can you play the video? Okay. Yeah. After that, I'll be handing it to Adarsh, our youth advisor, and he'll be saying a few words. Two tribal schools in Allampalli and Bir Saipet are located in remote forests and villages with no infrastructure. But don't underestimate these students. They have big dreams and aspirations too. Let's see what they want to become when they grow up.
నీ పేరు ఏంటి? What's your name? Ankush? What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be police.
Police?
Yes.
Very brave?
Yes.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Doctor.
I want to become a doctor.
Doctor. Doctor.
I want to become a big dancer.
Teacher. Teacher.
Big soldier.
Engineer. Teacher. Doctor. My goal is teacher. Teacher.
My goal is army.
Doctor. 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 Teacher. Dancer.
IAS officer.
Police commissioner.
Computer engineer. Software engineering in America. Forest officer.
Collector.
Go to America in study.
Pilot.
I want to become a chief minister.
Police. Please help these kids realize their dreams. These schools are funded solely by donations to VT Seva. Even $1 a day could make a huge impact. Thank you.
Jai Shrimanayan, everyone. Could you help the AV, Rajesh Uncle? Now that we've learned about the activities of VT Seva locally and in India, we'd like to explore the service journey of Sri Chinnajir Swamiji with a short video. Thank you.
Our world today has many great champions, leading the way in different fields of service. Today, there is one visionary champions, leading the way in different fields of service. There is one visionary among those greats, who has compassionately served society in various humanitarian initiatives, from education to environmental protection, animal welfare, public health, and more. Working relentlessly through global non-profit organization VT Seva, or Vikasa Tarangini in India, he is none other than Sri Chinnajir Swamiji. Sri Swamiji's initiatives include healthcare efforts, focusing on women's healthcare, Ayurvedic health camps, and general health camps, which have provided eye checkups and surgeries. Under the banner of Mahila Arogya Vikas, which means women's health enrichment, Vikasa Tarangini goes to many remote villages to conduct cancer screenings and raises awareness in early detection and prevention of cancer. These camps are conducted by physicians and well-trained nurse practitioners, offering diagnosis free of cost and without need for appointments. These camps benefit the underprivileged, who might not otherwise do such checkups. Early detection has led to early cures. More than 2 million women were screened, and the rest of the numbers speak volumes of the effort and the tremendous impact to society. Sri Swamiji's service initiatives expand beyond human beings to encompass all. Following the motto, serve all beings as service to God, he has overseen establishment of numerous animal shelters. Another area of focus has been opening senior centers and orphanages. Oftentimes, these individuals are neglected in the society for various reasons. Sri Swamiji encourages free distribution of food and clothing to the poor across India throughout the year. Whenever natural disaster struck, Sri Swamiji has always been at the forefront of the relief efforts, like during the Nepal earthquake, Hurricane Harvey in Houston, the Japan tsunami, California wildfires, and the floods in Chennai. When Nepal was hit with a massive earthquake, Sri Swamiji immediately mobilized a team of volunteers to provide relief operations. He personally went to observe the damage and supervise these operations by VT Seva volunteers in Nepal. For his outstanding services, the government of Nepal awarded him with Uttama Nagarika Sanman Award. In the US, Hurricane Harvey devastated many lives in Texas. During this unforeseen event, VT Seva collected funds and donated them to impacted communities. VT Seva volunteers also collaborated with several counties in Houston to render relief efforts by providing food, aid, and safe shelter. During the floods in Chennai, India, food, fruits, fresh vegetables were distributed to the affected families. The volunteers on the ground extended helping hands and compassion to the needy. When wildfires caused havoc on the west coast of the US, volunteers packaged toiletries and collected donations for those affected. During the recent COVID-19 pandemic, VT Seva distributed food and clothing in India, while volunteers in the US supplied healthcare providers with masks and contributed funds of more than $125,000. Recognizing the significance of our only habitat, planet Earth, Sri Swamiji and volunteers planted more than 2.5 million saplings. In the US, volunteers are regularly involved in the cleaning of local streets, creeks, habitats, parks, beaches, and the planting of trees and saplings and many other green initiatives. The greatest gift that we can provide to underprivileged and visually challenged students is the gift of education. Sri Swamiji opens schools in India that provide free food education, clothing, and access to state-of-the-art technology. Sri Swamiji personally monitors the quality of the education and ensures students are excelling not only in academics, but also in extracurricular activities. Swamiji observed that children who are visually challenged, born to economically backward parents, do not have access to education or these extracurricular activities, and started schools exclusively for the visually impaired, which include free living quarters, food, clothing, and education. The students of these schools are immersed in many extracurricular activities and have gone on to win national acclaim and prizes. Generous donations from donors like you go a long way in helping the schools run and provide more students with education, living quarters, food, books, and technology. Let's watch a short video of the School for Blind.
Imparting free education and accommodation to the blind since 2001. An education institution promoted under the able guidance of Sri Chinnajir Swami is Jet Netra Vidyalaya. It is the first institution in India to introduce computer-based training to the blind. This is an institution that is home away from home for the students, an institution that has been providing value education and showing them a path to lead a better and independent, fulfilling life.
Krishna Govinda He Rama Narayana Shripate Vasudevajita Srinidhi Achyutananda He Madhava Dokshaja Dwaraka Nayaka Draupadi Rakshaka.
Netra Vidyalaya, helping the visually challenged realize their dreams.
That's not all. The idea of equality amongst all human beings is critical for world peace. Inspired by the 11th century social reformer Sri Ramanujacharya, Sri Swamiji has been advocating equality across the world. Swamiji's conceptualized the iconic Statue of Equality, which is the second largest sitting statue in the world, to promote this concept. Here's a quick view of the statue. For years of dedicated service and spiritual activities, Sri Chinnajir Swamiji was recognized by the Government of India in 2023 with the Padma Bhushan Award. This is one of the highest civilian awards in the Republic of India. The award was conferred on April 5th, 2023 in honor of his services to the nation for more than 4 decades. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for His Holiness Sri Chinnajir Swamiji. Our world today has many great champions, leading the way in different fields of service. There is one visionary among those greats who has compassionately served society in various humanitarian initiatives, from education.
The work that VT Seva does to serve the Bay Area would not be possible without the efforts of our local beneficiaries. Through the last decade, VT Seva's volunteers have contributed thousands of hours through hundreds of activities with many of our local partners, focusing on efforts like environmental sustainability, food scarcity, water conservation, and more. Today, we would like to recognize these incredible organizations for their services to the Bay Area and their partnership with VT Seva. As I briefly introduce each of these organizations and their representatives, I request that our honorable guests please come to the stage to receive a plaque from Sri Swamiji. This plaque is a small token of our gratitude for these organizations' service to their community and their incredible impact. First, despite Silicon Valley being one of the most affluent regions in the world, food scarcity is consistently on the rise, especially since the COVID pandemic, when the cost of living has constantly increased. There are millions of families who must make the impossible choice between paying their bills and eating healthy food. This is where Second Harvest of Silicon Valley steps in, providing food security to hundreds of thousands of families across Silicon Valley. Through the past decade, VT Seva has contributed more than 10,000 pounds of food to Second Harvest of Silicon Valley. In 2020, when food was difficult to collect, we raised more than $1,200. Second Harvest supports nearly 500,000 families, providing 5,000 homes with monthly food deliveries. For their incredible efforts to mitigating food scarcity across Silicon Valley, we'd like to recognize Second Harvest of Silicon Valley. We'd like to welcome staff member Erlene Rutledge to the stage to receive this plaque today. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to be at such an inspiring event. I really didn't know what to expect today, but you inspired me with the videos and the stories. It's just wonderful, and thank you so much. My name is Erlene Rutledge. I am a member of the Speakers Bureau and the Volunteer Liaison at Second Harvest Food Bank in Silicon Valley. As their representative, I want to thank India Community Center for acknowledging Second Harvest's hard work, our people that work very hard, our volunteers, and the vital services that we provide in the community. We are grateful to you, and we are very proud that we are a resource in our community. There's a tremendous amount of work that goes into what we do. It all starts with the food that is delivered to our warehouse. This food consists of fresh fruits and vegetables, protein, meat and poultry, rice and snacks and things like that. We do not offer junk food or fast food at all, okay? And these edibles are packaged by our volunteers, and without our volunteers, it wouldn't happen because a lot of the food would perish. We'd have to throw it away. So we encourage people who like to do that kind of thing to volunteer. We want to make sure that people have balanced meals. So like I said, the food is good food. And at the end of the day, all the things that are packaged in the boxes are actually put on trucks, and for the 48 hours, they are in the community at a distribution site. We have 130 distribution centers that consists of open pantries, shelters, community centers like yours, religious organizations, and colleges, even colleges, soup kitchens. We have home deliveries, and wherever arrangements have been made for people to pick up their boxes. Before COVID, we actually served about 250,000 people. After COVID, we are now serving between 460,000 to 500,000 people per month, okay? And this is, like I said, this is per month between San Mateo County and Santa Clara County. That's a lot of people. And we could not accomplish our mission of feeding anyone who needs a nutritious meal without the people power, the hard work, and the dedication, and generous donations from organizations like yours. So thank you. Since 1974, Second Harvest has fed our clientele. And that clientele includes individuals and seniors and children, lots of children, and veterans, the homeless, yes, people who have lost their jobs, and that can happen to anyone. People who have to decide between paying their rent and buying food. So there are people who have financial hardships, the less fortunate, and anyone who needs our services, we are happy to be there, and we're glad we exist for them. It can happen to anyone, as we all know. Food insecurity is something that not only helps people, affects people that we don't know, but it can also affect your neighbors, and it can affect us as individuals as well. So we are glad that we still exist after all these years. We have been able to accommodate people in communities we serve because of the wonderful donors, our fantastic volunteers, and we really like our volunteers, and assistance from caring institutions like yours, like ICC. So on behalf of Second Harvest Food Bank, I am delighted and honored to accept this distinguished award from India Community Center, and we sincerely appreciate the recognition. Thank you so much.
Our next organization is another organization dedicated towards food scarcity in Milpitas and Alviso. The Milpitas Food Pantry is a faith-based nonprofit that provides crucial emergency food and relief services to more than 3,500 low and fixed income residents, once again in Milpitas and Alviso. With the support of local churches, scout groups, organizations like VT Seva, and the efforts of Second Harvest of Silicon Valley, they're able to support these families on a monthly basis. Through the past 2 years, VT Seva has contributed more than 3,000 pounds of non-perishable items towards the Milpitas Food Pantry. Please give a warm welcome to Karen Colander, the Executive Director of the Milpitas Food Pantry, to receive this plaque today.
Thank you guys so much. You are such a crucial part of our mission, our grassroots mission, to serve the community, to be able to offer ethnically diverse foods that meet the needs of our community. So while we love Second Harvest, you guys help us make it a little more personal. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Especially over the past few years, California's severe droughts have made water conservation efforts paramount for the citizens of California. This is the mission of Valley Water, to provide clean drinking water to improve the economy and health of people across Silicon Valley. Valley Water is nationally recognized as a top water conservation organization. Through their Adopt a Creek initiative, VT Seva adopted 2 miles of Lower Penitentia Creek in Milpitas. And through regular cleanup activities, we've ensured that plastic waste and toxic chemicals like cigarette butts do not enter these rivers, protecting our local flora and fauna. Through additional efforts like beach cleanups on Earth Day and water conservation at home, we have worked with Valley Water to ensure that we can save water for our most crucial uses. Please welcome Nicholas Ingram, who is an information representative from Valley Water, to the stage to receive this plaque today.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's an incredible honor to be here and accept this award on behalf of Valley Water. Personally, as someone who actually is visually impaired, I am in awe of the amazing work that VT Seva is doing, and I'm just so incredibly thankful that there's organizations like that. On behalf of Valley Water, as you mentioned, my name is Nicholas Ingram, and I'm the Creek Stewardship Coordinator, and so it's my pleasure to work with amazing volunteer organizations like VT Seva to remove trash from our creeks and rivers. In the last 12 months, volunteers have removed over 140,000 pounds of trash from our waterways. And while that number is staggering, it's not all about trash removal. We're ultimately here to inspire the next generation of environmental stewards, and the work that VT Seva has contributed to our program, we're incredibly thankful for, and thank you so much for this award. Thank you.
Starting in 1994, our city forest has worked to change our city, planting one tree at a time. They have been a leading environmental conservation organization across Silicon Valley, promoting both tree planting and environmental education efforts. VT Seva's volunteers participate with our city forest in numerous ways, both planting trees in urban and park environments, as well as working at their nurseries, where our city forest grows thousands of local and drought-resistant plants, bushes, and trees. For our city forest's incredible contribution to our green spaces, we'd like to recognize them today. Please give a warm welcome to the Outreach and Volunteer Program Manager at our city forest, Lowell Berry, who will be receiving this plaque today.
Thank you so much for your recognition and for honoring us with this award. We're approaching our 30th anniversary, and we've had hundreds of thousands of volunteers come through our organization, and volunteers are extremely crucial for the work that we do. Every year we plant thousands of trees, and we're a very small org of only about 30 people, and we would not be able to plant as many trees, as many shrubs, and maintain our nursery and our education center without the volunteers like the VT Seva volunteers that have come out for several years now. So thank you very much.
And finally, we want to thank the Nritya Nivedan School of Dance and their guru, Bhuvana Venkatesh. You saw their wonderful performance earlier today in the Bharatanatyam classical style. Guru Bhuvana Venkatesh has choreographed over 100 Bharatanatyam dance pieces for 75 events, winning awards from the San Jose Mayor in 2017 for their incredible dance performances and their contributions to the community. We'd like to recognize them today.
Yeah, thank you, Swamiji. I just don't know what words to express this feeling. Thanks to Archana Bindu for approaching to present in such a beautiful event. I thank my gurus for bringing my Guru Prabha Nagarajan and all the other gurus who inculcate, and my mother who inculcated this beautiful art form in me, and to teach only for bhakti to the students, and always, as I said, it is in Seva. So to us as performers and also to the audience. That is the principle that I teach all my students, and that should take them far. So thanks to VT Seva, and I just don't know, I just feel too humbled in presence of the Swamiji. Thank you. Thank you.
As one of VT Seva's oldest volunteers, I'd like to talk about a little of what I've done with the organization. In 8th grade, I gathered up all the confidence that I had, approaching a crowd much smaller than this one, with a short speech I'd practiced time and time again. I spilled my heart out to the audience, doing everything I could to get their support. And what did I receive? A hand to the face, and people walking away. As a middle schooler, I expected that the worst rejection I would receive would be from a girl, not from potential bone marrow donors. But unfortunately, our first event could be considered a failure. Over 3 hours, we got 2 registrations. But as VT Seva volunteers do, we tried again and again. We improved our speeches, we talked to the advisors, and we improvised. Over the next 5 events, our numbers drastically increased. At our 5th event, right here at this ICC 4 years ago, we got 30 signups. I have seen time and time again through my past decade at VT Seva what our service truly does. We have seen that most importantly, when individuals with a common cause come together, they can create any change they want to see in the world. VT Seva has turned our youth volunteers into kind, compassionate, and charismatic champions of service. One of those being myself. I'll talk about a few of the important initiatives that I've worked towards here. One of them, and one of my favorites, was our street cleanups on Lick Mill Boulevard in Santa Clara. When we started, we probably cleaned up over 1,000 cigarette butts in 2 hours. We found bike tires, plastic waste, tents, old clothes, and more strewn across the street. But through monthly cleanups, we saw small improvements. Our cleanups became less frequent and more effective. But most importantly, we saw how the people in the community recognized our efforts. It was only 1 or 2 people running by and giving us a quick thank you. I noticed the road is cleaner. I feel more safe having my child or my dog outside now, playing in the park. These small, encouraging words of the people we serve are what keep us serving today. As Anya described, VT Seva has made us into leaders. The fundraiser that I led was the Speak Your Vision speech contest. After 2 years of running the competition in person, bringing together dozens of speakers to give their own speeches and have judges give them feedback, we had to turn the contest online during the COVID pandemic. And our first year, as many things start, we once again failed. We probably got 11 people to show up after several months of effort. But we tried again the next year, unrelentingly. Even for unwilling family and friends, we got them to show up and donate. That year, we raised $10,000 over those 2 months. As I have doubled in size and age, I have seen that VT Seva has more than doubled as well. At that Nepal earthquake activity, we had 15 volunteers. But since COVID, we have grown to nearly 100 here in the Bay Area. With Second Harvest and Milpitas Food Pantry, we started off raising 300 pounds of food a year, where as of the last 2 years, we raised nearly 3,000. Once again, we have seen the true lesson of VT Seva, conquering challenges. Because when people come together, they can overcome anything, whether they are small setbacks or monumental failures. While not everyone can do everything, each person's small effort can come together to create any change they want to see in the world. I am incredibly grateful for the opportunities I've had with VT Seva. They have given me the extraordinary pleasure to take the privilege that we are given here and extend a helping hand to those who need it, both here and across the world. For all of these efforts, and for the contributions of Archana Auntie, Rukmini Auntie, and my mom, Kausalya Auntie, I love what VT Seva has done for me, her community, and the world. Thank you. I'll now hand off the mic to our advisor, Rukmini Auntie.
Jai Shivanas, His Holiness, Namaskaram to Sri Ranga Ramanuja Swami, and welcome to all the reverend guests and the youth. You've heard about our youth leaders, what they've learned, their personality development, what VT Seva provides to them. Now, I am here, as all of my team knows, to ask, to donate, to help this cause, to join us in this journey. So I would like to invite each one of you on this. And my first cause that I'm going to do is about Mahila Arogya Vikas. Sri Chinnajiyar Swami has started the initiative to actually take care of the women. As everyone knows, if the women are taken care, family is taken care. The society gets better. We progress. If women is not taken care, families are not able to take care and our society suffers. So the first cause I have here that I want to share with you is Mahila Arogya Vikas, which is a women's initiative. And you've seen our dynamic leader, Miss Anya, who actually has done an awesome job. And you will work with me to believe that women are the best leaders. Tell me if you not disagree. She's told all of us are VT Seva leaders. All of us are women. We're all volunteers. We're moms. But we want our children to be the best. And you can put your hand on your heart and say, if to yourself, has your mom not always guided you? Have they not always been behind you? So I will request each one of you to please open your purses and your hearts to donate generously. Thank you. My next cause, sorry, I'm not going anywhere. My next cause is for schools and colleges for our visually challenged. As you've seen, our youth leaders, Parth and Sri Teja, they have been very lucky to have wonderful parents who support them and love them. We want to provide with guidance from our Swamiji and through VT Seva, our Netra Vidyalaya, which is our visually challenged kids and our underprivileged kids, provide the same aspirations for all of them. Every child has a right to education. We would like all of you to support us on our second cause, which is our boarding and education for our visually challenged. Next slide, please. And for our underprivileged students. Can I have the next slide, Rajeshi? One other thing I would like to note for all the people in the Bay Area is we are supported by corporations in Bay Area. So VT Seva is one of the organizations that actually is part of the group where we have company matches, not only for the donations, but also for the volunteer hours. So this is a list of all of them. And I will request you, we have our volunteers at the registration desk, or you can go to vtsworld.donate. Please make a donation, and you can always request for the company match. You have all of us advisors ready to help you if you want to do it right now. We can do it. We would like to have you contribute at least for one child, which is a minimum of $365. $1 a day is all we are asking for your support. Thank you. Jai Shri Manaran. Now I hand it back to Archana ji to continue on with the main event.
Thank you, Rukmini ji. Hope you all enjoyed what has happened in the past 20 minutes. A big round of applause again. And thank you for being the best audience today. I know we're all waiting for Swamiji's message. Now we request Sri Swamiji to talk about Vedic techniques for stress management. Humble salutation, Swamiji.
Jai Shriman Narayana. Jai Shriman Narayana. Very nice. I'm so happy to be here in the Bay Area, where I think probably the Vedi Seva and the Prajna activities first sprouted. And now spread all over the country, all over the world, and making a great difference among the children to participate in community service activities. Our Mangala Sasanams to all the responsible organizers of Vedi Seva here in Bay Area, right and guided by Srimati Archana Bindu. And also JET USA organization guided by or directed by Mr. Sham and Kalyan, of course, as started by our Vishnu ji here. We're so happy to be here on this day. We have experienced wonderful presentations by our youth board directors and volunteers as how they are trying to make a difference in the lives of many people across the world. They are trying to say that it's selfless services of yours, right? You're all doing selfless services. I have something to say. We always feel, be a selfish guy. Is it okay? Be a selfish. How many of you like to be selfish? Okay. How many of you are interested not to be selfish? Doubtful. Doubtful for both. My friends, my sincere and serious advice to all of you is to be more and more selfish. You may think, what is this Swamiji talking about? People across the world and the leaders across the world try to say that be selfless. And Swamiji is trying to say, no, be selfish. Is it okay to be selfish? Because Swamiji said yes. I'll try to tell you why you should be more selfish. Let us start seeing from ourselves. You as an individual, you as a part of the country, and you as a part of the whole world. Okay? When you look at your own self, the body, a wonderful vehicle for you to make your journey in this world. The body we are in is a nice vehicle, very powerful vehicle, highly computerized vehicle, right? And self-generating energy is also here, and which is absolutely given to you. No taxes. no gas. You can simply just use it. This is a very, very powerful vehicle that we are possessing now. When you look at your own self or to the body that you are in, you see different limbs of your body. Hands, legs, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, teeth, external organs, and a few internal organs also. Many organs like heart, lungs, kidneys, liver, pancreas, many. Each organ is different. The functionality of each organ is different. The sizes are different. The names are different. The placements are different. Yet, all these work together with all cohesiveness, with all cooperation. They work with each other. They work for each other. Hand works for the legs and for head. Legs work for the whole body. Mouth works for the entire body. Every organ of your body works for the entire system to function. And they never say, whatever I earn is only just for my sake. Have you ever seen that in anybody's body? So if at all there is a wound in the foot, it is the eyes shed tears, mouth calls for support, hand goes there to just, pacify the pain if at all there. They never say, no, that's your business and I have my own business. Why should I interfere with you? They never say that. They try to share the joys and pains with each other. When you look at your own self, I'm talking, though there are differences in organs, differences in their functions, they share the joy and pain with each other. And you also working for the betterment of those systems, those organs, right? So, yeah, you, as a single individual, having many stuff with you, have a kind of coordination among them all. And each one of those organs, they see you in it. Right? Then only you are happy. Suppose your leg says, hey, why should I cooperate with you? I want to be by myself. I don't want to walk with other one. Are you happy then? And your hand says, hey, why should I work with the rest of the body parts? I may take care of myself. And it doesn't want to listen to any of the instructions you give, or the other parts of the body call for, and it says, no, let me be by myself. What do you call it? Paralytic. That shouldn't be the case. Each part should work with the rest of the parts. Then only you're happy. And you now are selfish because you work for your body, isn't it? Anybody works for his own body, first of all, then about others. I should be happy. All my parts should work with me. And they also should be healthy. And then you go to the gym. And you go to exercises and you start running and you want to take care of all parts of your body without any compromise. Just tell me which part of your body you like so much. Anybody? Which part of your body you like so much? See how difficult it is. Heart. Keep the heart and remove rest of the parts. And my friend says mind. And let us take care of the mind and remove the other parts. Is it okay? No. We want all parts should work appropriately well, and we love all parts of our body, no matter what they are and where they are. Yes or no? And you are a happier one then. And you want to take care of the entire body. And then you want to work with all these parts. Whatever that you eat, the energy of that food should be distributed to all the parts without any exemption, without any exception. And you are trying to take care of not just one part like the face. You want to take care of every part of yours. Yes or no? Any part, you like it. And if at all there is a problem with any part, you try to share it. You try to share the pain of that so that you can see that it reduced. You work for that. This is what I'm talking at the bodily level, at the micro level. If you raise a step up, and when you look at your family, you, along with a few members of the family, becomes one unit. As you hear, with a few units in your body, become one unit here. Thus, if you look at the family, father, mother, brother, sister, and some more members maybe, they become one unit. And if you are able to understand, as pain of any part becomes your pain, joy of any part becomes your joy. So also in a family, whether it is a mother or father or boy or a girl or brother or sister or uncles and aunties, whoever they may be, and if you feel this is just a family, there you try to share the pains and joys of each other. And you try to work for the betterment of the rest, being a part of that family. Go ahead and come to a macro level of this universe. You, as a part of this big, vast universe. And if you think that you are a part, whatever you see all around, like the lively object or lifeless objects, animating and inanimating objects, moving or non-moving objects of this world, sentient or non-sentient objects of this world are different parts of the big body called the world. You are a part of it. And if you realize that you are a part of it, if you understand that the pain of any part causes pain to you, the joy of any part creates joy to you, if you understand you are a part of the whole, can we become independent, unrelated to the rest of the parts of the world? Can we survive like that? It's not possible. You can't survive. If a part of the body starts disturbing the other part of the same body, do you know what it is called? AID, autoimmune disorder. Yes? Autoimmune disorder. One part of the body starts fighting with the same other part of the body. And that part struggles with the other part. This is what you call stress. They don't want to cooperate with each other. They want to quarrel with each other. My friends, this is needed to be understood by only human beings. Unfortunately, rest of the species in this world are pretty good. They're always nice. They're able to probably understand, we don't know. But they go in tune to the other parts, except man. Who is the man? We. The proud we are only the species. There is a saying, of course, translated to all the languages. Like many Telugu guys are here, right? Manava Sevaye. How many of you like it? Great. In English it is said, serving humanity is service to God. How many of you like it? And in Tamil it is said, Makkal Sevaidan, Madhavan Sevai. Jan Seva Hi, Janardhan Seva Hai. है ना? So this is a saying, of course, available in all the languages. But I have a doubt. Is it a right saying or wrong saying? Right saying, very good. You said serving humanity is service to God. As if no other service is pleasing God. Serving humanity alone pleases God. Okay. For God's sake, let us say that there is X called God. Okay? Whether he is there or not, that's none of our business now to talk and discuss or decide. Let us say that there is some God who created all these kind of objects that we see around in this world. You? Who created animals? Did you? Yes or no? No. Who created the trees? You? Water? Air? Birds? Humans? Even you cannot create a human guy also, if God doesn't support you. There may be IVF, etc. procedures, where doctors are working with. But even for them, even with the IVF procedure, their success rate is only 20% what they say. Sometimes that may not also. So even creating human guys also is not in the hands of human beings. You understand that? Even that's not in the humans. Now, everything is created by some unseen power, what people call it as a God. Let it be for some time. You didn't create it. If you hurt one element of this universe, do you think that God is pleased when He created everything? When you built a house by yourself with lot of effort, and somebody comes and disturbs the house, like breaking the wall or eliminating the trees and doing some kind of damage to the other part, do you like it? No. And if the whole universe is created by God, and thus you are a part of it, And do you think God is pleased if some birds are damaged and animals are damaged or water is polluted and air is corrupted? Do you think God is happy? Can we survive without them at least? Without water? Without air? Without birds can we survive? Without animals can we survive? No. We won't be able to survive without any kind of these things. But who is damaging all this stuff? Have you ever seen any animal corrupting or contaminating the water? Any bird contaminating the water? Did you ever see that any kind of other creatures, polluting the air? Did you ever see that? Who is intentionally contaminating the air, contaminating the water, corrupting the soil, hybridizing the animals and the birds? Who is able to do all this kind of stuff? Say we. You have to say proudly we. And now you have to tell me, is God pleased with we? With man? Now tell me, Manava Seva ye. Madhavudini santosha pettunu. Serving humanity alone pleases God. Who is that person like this? Having so many great qualities of corrupting and contaminating and spoiling and disturbing everything of this universe. Is God pleased with man? That is the reason man needs lessons. No animal needs lessons. No birds need lessons. Only man needs lessons. Only man needs schools. Only man needs colleges. Only man needs gurus and stuff and preachings and etc. Once we asked our audience, if there is no man, what happens? If there is no bird, what happens? If there is no animal, what happens? Can we survive? If there is no water, can we survive? No. But if there is no man on the earth, then what happens? One of our audience students said, Swamiji, all other creatures go to God and say, God, a big thanks to you. We are so great. We are so great. Animals and birds and trees, etc. are not able to understand, but serves the surroundings and the world. We, the human beings, having a kind of understanding, thinking ourselves as a part of the whole, as a small limb of a big and magnanimous body called world, take care of the rest of the parts of your body. Don't miss the body for the sake of a single part. You are a single part. You are ignoring the body and you are corrupting the body. You are spoiling the body, which is not right at all. You are being stressed out. You know why? Because, very simply, you are only concerned for yourself. Thinking that I'm everything, I'm the whole. Are you the whole? You are only just a small leaf of the big tree. Don't forget there is a big tree which should be taken care, not just the leaf. You are being stressed out because you are very much focusing on the just leaf and how can I preserve the leaf? Very simple. Take care of the tree. Leaf will be automatically in good condition. If you take care of the leaf, the leaf may not survive. Don't give any food to the roots. Only give food to the leaf. Shh. That's it. Do you think the leaf survives? It will dry and die. But if you nurture the roots, all other leaves along with you also will be flourishing, blooming. This is what Veda said. Yestu sarvani bhutani atmanyeva nupasyati sarva bhuteshu chatmanam tato na vijugupsate. When we think about ourselves and we try to eliminate others, keep them away from us, thinking, I'm great. But by that, you are taking care of only one leaf and eliminating the tree. Ultimately, we know the result. The leaf will be dried and died. So the Veda gives us a guidance. Yestu sarvani bhutani, all beings, atmanyeva nupasyati. He is able to see everything in him like him. As I am supported by the rest, let the rest also be supported by me. Sarva bhuteshu cha atmanam. And himself in every being. As I want to be happy, I should pay attention in keeping you also in a mood of happiness, in a mood of joy. Then only I can feel happy. I met with a person once, probably 25 years before, I remember, 25 years before. He was on the banks of a river. And the river every year, sometimes, it floods. So, he took us to his home. He constructed a new house, big new house. And he wanted us to see the house. I said, okay, let's go. We went to the house. And interestingly, the house constructed at the height of 15 feet of ground, from the ground. From the ground, he solidified the whole ground, raised the ground to the height of 15 feet. There he constructed the house. I was so surprised. The elevation is so beautiful. The facade looks so nice. I asked him, my friend, you raised the ground to 15 feet, right? Did you create any kind of a halls in between, under the ground? He said, no, Swamiji, totally solid. Filled it up and then constructed. I asked him, why did you raise this much of height? He said, Swamiji, there will be flood every year, right? When there is flood, water flows into the city also, isn't it? Right. Even if at all the worst flood comes, let my house be at the height. Let the water not enter my house. So I raised this to 15 feet of height, and there I will be safe in my house. He expects the flood first. And that too, very severe flood. And that too, the whole city should be drowned under the waters. But he should be safe in the house. When everything is gone, what are you going to do sitting all alone in the house? Can you survive them? This is the nature of the humans. This is very sad and I think it's surprising. Let everything go. Me should be the safest person in the world. If the pain comes to other person who is able to feel the pain in himself, he is a man. He should be called as a man. And if there is something that is joyful to me, and when the person is interested in sharing that joy with others, he is to be called as a man. Otherwise, no. The animals and other creatures won't be able to understand this. They are happy with what they are. They never abuse any part of the nature. They never abuse any other creature, except when they are hungry, they may catch a few insects and eat. Otherwise, they are pretty much okay. They keep flying, enjoying the beauty of the nature. But what about man? See the market. How many animals are killed every hour just for the sake of his own benefit, and sell the flesh, sometimes rotten, sometimes maybe in good condition, I don't know, because I never see that at all. I don't know the qualities of that anyway. But is it out of a need or greed? Animals do kill other animals, but when they are in need of food for their own self. Otherwise, they won't touch. Even a rabbit goes, a deer goes from the side, the lion never cares. But when it is hungry, yes, then it catches and eats. Otherwise, no. What about man? How much he is damaging the nature just for selfish reason, only just for his own sake. So is it right thing that we can say? So it is only the man causing all sorts of damage to the nature, to the other species, by consuming them for his food, even he is causing damage to himself. Self-destruction. This is the direction as man is moving. And wants to keep himself away from the rest. No, don't touch me, don't come to me, don't come to me, don't come to me. I want to be protecting myself. What it is called, seeing others, feeling a kind of hatred, is called jugupsa. Jugupsa. Goptumicha. So the Veda says, that is actually creating a kind of a stress on you, my friend. Yastu sarvani bhutani atmanyeva anupasyati sarva bhuteshu cha atmanam tato na vijugupsate. When he sees everything in others and everything in himself, that's only the way that he can keep himself from the hatred. He involves with them. I think you know very well. There are excretial organs in your own body. Are you trying to avoid them from your body? No. You work with them and you never feel hatred. You never hesitate even to touch them, to work with them. They are parts of your own body. So, my friends, what I mean to say, this is what you need to have a kind of feel in your own body. When you confine yourself to just simply to your own body, you are liking every part of your body. And you work for every part of the body. You share the pain of every part. And you share the joy with every part because they are different parts of your own self. You make them as your own self. So there is no jugupsa at all. Tato na vijugupsate. Now, is any part of your body is selfish or selfless in your own body? Or these parts are selfish or selfless? Selfless. What about you? You are selfish. You, being the soul, are selfish where in your self, I, you included all these parts. Do you know it or not? That body is not you. Is body you or is body yours? How do you say that? Body is you or body is yours? Body is mine. I'm not the body. I'm other than the body. I think people during the COVID days understood it very well. They came to know very well about their own body and how to keep the body with a strong immune system. And what are the things that they have to administer here, right? They understood it. So, you as a one, having many things in you, are you confined to yourself or including all of them in you? What are you doing? You are including everything in the word called self. Yes? You have expanded the horizon of yourself throughout these parts of the body. You feel that the toes are also part of I. And the tip of the hair is also a part of I. Right? So what happened now? The self has been expanded. The circumference of your self has been expanded to the size of your body. Though you are very tiny in the body, your arrival and departure also is unperceivable. And such a you expanded yourself, saying that I, you included every part of your body into that I. Now tell me, you are selfish. Selfish, the feel of self, is it expanded or contracted? Contracted or expanded? Expanded. When it is contracted, you call it is paralytic. Because one part doesn't want to care others. One cell doesn't want to care other cells of the body, and you call it as a cancer. Yes? But now it's not the case here. Every part became yours. Every part of the body, you feel it is mine. And you are not confined to smaller things. You are expanding the horizon of yourself to all through this body. Is it a good thing or bad? Feeling oneness with all parts of the body. Good. And if you go a step up to your family, when there is father, mother, child, and a boy and a girl, etc., and if one person doesn't care the rest, that means they, in that family, contracted their self. You don't call it as a good family. But when either father or the mother, girl or the boy think that this is my family, this is my house, this is my car, this is my kitchen. And then they work all together for the safety and security of others, then you think it is a good family, isn't it? What they did, either boy or a girl, mother or the family, expanded their self, not just limitizing it to only the body, they expanded it to the size of their family. Is it a good expansion or bad? So, do you understand? Being selfish, is it a good or bad practice? Huh? Healthy growth. What we expect is healthy growth of yourself. Now, grow to a little bigger horizon like a country. You are a part of this country, yes? And being a part of this country, and if you don't want to care your next citizen or next city or next person, and you work only for your sake, not caring others, that means what are you doing? Contracting the self. What you need to do is expand the horizon of the self. Be selfish. Is it good or bad? And when you think about the whole country, then if anybody in the country is suffering from something, your heart bleeds. Anybody is happy in your country and you feel joy, you hit the roof. Because the horizon of the self, selfish, is expanded. It's not contracted. Is it good or bad? And then go another step forward. Think the entire earth is yours. You are a part of the entire earth. You are not alone. You are not something else from this earth. You are a part of this earth. And every part of this earth is mine. And Veda says, Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaiva bhut vijanataha. Vijanataha, who is wise. One who is a really wise person. And because of his wisdom, what he does is, he thinks everything is me and everything is mine. As you are thinking that every part of your body is me, mine, so also this guy expands his self to the extent of the world and thinks that everything I see around, a tree, a bird, an animal, water, air, earth, anything, Atmaiva bhut. Everything became he. And he thinks it is me. Then what happens? Anywhere pain, he feels the pain. Any sort of joy, he feels the joy. When there is pain, he tries to eliminate. Any sort of joy, he tries to share it with us. Tatra ko mohaha kasokaha. Then there is no question of sorrow for one person, and there is no question of ignorance to one person, because he became one with the entire universe. Ekattvamanupasyataha. He felt oneness with every part, sentient, non-sentient, moving and non-moving, lively or liveless, animated or inanimate objects. Everything became part of my universal body. Then you feel joy in doing anything. You never feel stressed because you never feel stressed to do something to your body. You never feel stressed to eat because you're feeding your body. You feel joy. You don't feel like you're tired. You don't feel like you're exhausted. You don't feel that you are stressed out. And you feel joy, and more joy, as a mother feels in doing something to her own baby. Though the baby is more naughty, not able to, just be controlled, but still by doing something to that baby and taking care of that baby well, the mother feels more joy, more happy, isn't it? Best way is to be selfish. Be more selfish. Don't contract yourself. Expand the horizon of the self from your body to the city, to the country, to the earth, to the universe at large. Be a part of the whole. Don't segregate yourself from the whole, and then only you feel ease and happy, joyful and sharing. Otherwise, just grabbing and grabbing and grabbing, and then they don't like and they fight, and you start fighting, and you discover pistols, then guns, then bombs, then rockets, and then stressed out, almost gone then. You won't be here permanently anyway. Be selfish, my friends. That is what our VD Seva does. VD Seva wants to expand the horizon of the selfish. Understand? And always instructs people, requests people, suggests people to be more and more selfish. But selfish in good sense. Healthy selfish, not ill-healthy selfish. Don't contract that. Expand it to the extent possible. At a stretch, you may not be able to expand to the level of the universe. Doesn't matter. First of all, start with yourself. See your body. Start working here. See your family. Start working with it. See your country. Start working with it. Then you can go to the universe. Start working. That is what our dynamic young boys and girls of the VD Seva and the very wise advisors are guiding the youth, and they are working with the world at large. They are working for the local needs. They are working for the international needs and trying to do human service, wonderful activities. And I offer my Mangala Sasanams to all the volunteers who are not selflessly, with more selfish motive. They are doing so many services, and people like you are extending wonderful services and lending your big hand in support of the causes they have taken. Yes, they may not be able to take all the causes at a stroke, but whatever little they take into hand, first see that it is fulfilled properly. And then you can, yes, expand to the other areas as well. Mangala Sasanams to all the great supporters like you, and a big thanks to you all. And wonderful organizations who came here doing nice services in their own way to different communities, enlightening them and educating them with the need of service, either to feed people, to take care of the water, to take care of other activities. I offer my Mangala Sasanams to all those great leaders who are doing wonderful services in those areas. And again, our VD Seva and Jet USA here in Bay Area are trying to do good services, but those become successful when you are all become a part of it. Be selfish. Be more selfish. Be a part of the whole. Jai Sriman Narayana.
Thank you so much, Swamiji. Wonderful audience again. We really appreciate your patience and time. And I'm pretty sure we learned a lot from Swamiji today. Very profound knowledge. So now we would like all the youth volunteers and the performers who are here, Swamiji will bless them one at a time.
Humble salutations to His Holiness Chinnajia Swamiji and Sriman Rangaramanuja Swamiji. I'm Artima, the Secretary of Bay Area Chapter. On behalf of VT Seva Bay Area, I thank each one of you and my heartfelt gratitude for joining us today in this enlightening and transformative session. Your presence and active has made this session very wonderful and successful one. Utmost gratitude to Swamiji, whose expertise and guidance has provided us with valuable insights and practical tools to manage stress effectively. I would like to acknowledge our beneficiaries, advisors, youth volunteers, and all the participants for your enthusiasm and willingness to learn and grow. Your hard work and commitment have instrumental in making this event successful. So thank you. As we leave this session equipped with newfound knowledge and strategies to handle stress, let us remember taking care of ourselves, both physically and mentally. Being active and healthy, it makes us to serve the community more. So let us carry the lessons today and strive to build a healthier community together. Wishing you all a stress-free and fulfilling journey ahead. We request all the participants to visit our website, vtsworld.org/Bay Area. There are lots of opportunities for you to provide your services and join hands with us. Every penny counts, every hand counts. As our youth volunteers said that it doesn't cost more than a Starbucks coffee, or it doesn't cost more than a boba drink, as I always say. So please join hands with VT Seva and help us serve the community more and bring smiles to the many children over there and many lives over there. So thank you on behalf of VT Seva Bay Area Chapter.